Hey, Mom.
What are you doing?
That's cute.
Thanks. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Did you start the camera?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh. Weirdo. What are we filming?
I don't know. We're filming it behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes of what?
What we do.
What do we do?
We color.
Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, Jamieleigh here from BirdTricks.
I'm Capri from BirdTricks Kids.
Yeah, and today's video is about how to flight train green-cheeked conures and whether or not they make good outdoor free flight candidates. Don't look so excited. You look bored. What are you doing?
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes again. Okay, so do you want to explain how to flight train a green-cheeked conure?
No.
No. Okay, cool. All right, so the first disclaimer I want to talk about is if you haven't been able to get your conure to step up, but you want to work on flight training, that's not necessarily a bad or backwards idea. A lot of the time, small species like conures and budgies and cockatiels are a little bit hand shy, and so they're more willing to fly to you because it's their choice versus having your hand come close to them and ask them to step up. So sometimes it's a great first thing to teach if your bird is willing to come to you that way. It's also not horrible if your small bird was only willing to fly to your shoulder. It is pretty horrible if it's your head, so if you can at least modify that to your shoulder or part of your arm, we can work with that. Olivia, what are you doing? Should we go get her? We have Olivia, the green-cheeked conure, here today, who is going to show you how we flight train small birds. Were you trying to fall down the toys?
She was playing with it. Upside down.
All right, so we're gonna demo this with Olivia and just show you some of the basic steps. Now you will need your bird's favorite treat, and your bird needs to actually want that treat. So if you're working after your bird has been fed and is totally full and you haven't figured out what that treat is, you're probably not gonna have that good of results. So keep in mind, the best diet sets your training up for success. We have more info on that on our website. We are using safflower seeds because that is Olivia's favorite treat reward. But for a lot of small birds, they like millet, sunflower seeds, different seed mixes. So definitely play around and see what they like. For my sun conures, they really like nuts. So let's go to a spot where this is gonna be easiest done, or I can bring my tea stand over here. So you'll notice we're actually using our stand that we use to weigh our birds, and I find for small birds that this is really great to use for training because then they associate it crazy well, and weighing them, which you should be doing every day anyway, becomes just a normal part of their day. And they even learn to come onto the scale to tell you like, hey, I want to have an interaction where I can earn some treat rewards.
And she is 68.
She is 68 grams. So, Olivia in particular has already had breakfast, but she has a very good motivation, so I'm not worried about it. And some birds even train better after eating. Hey, girlie, will you come here? Olivia, good girl.
Now she's 1 gram.
All right, so I'm gonna put this on the side so you guys can see a little bit better. That way you see her body language getting ready to take off. Olivia, good girl. Do you wanna work with her? And then I can talk people through it. Just do what I'm doing. Come on, I'll click for you. Okay, so you're gonna hold that treat and then hold your hand and just do what I did.
Olivia.
Good job. Perfect. I'm gonna grab a clicker so we can be more specific. Oh my gosh. Can you not go psycho during this? Okay, so as you can see, Olivia is really enthusiastic to do this because she sees the treat and she's a capable flyer, so there's no reason for her to not trust her wings. If you're dealing with a bird who's been previously clipped or anything like that, you're gonna have a lot more resistance and a lot more work to do before going to this part. Give me those, you were gonna spill them. I can tell. Go ahead.
Olivia.
So she's actually showing that she wants to do some of her other tricks. Can you ask her to spin and wave on these next ones, Capri?
What's her wave cue?
I think it's the same as ours.
Like this?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if either of this.
Okay.
Beep.
There you go.
Oh, I used a different one, but.
Here's your cue.
There.
There you go. She seems to really want to wave, so I would do that one more time and then ask for a flight and give her the treat after both. After both. So remember, you're gonna, yeah.
Okay.
So ask her for a wave, now ask her for a flight. Oh my gosh.
I thought you would.
Give her a treat. Okay, are you listening to me?
Kind of.
Focus on me and repeat back what I tell you. You're gonna ask her for a wave, then you're gonna ask her for a flight, then you're gonna give her a treat. What are you gonna do?
Wave flight.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Capri.
Sorry, I keep doing that on accident.
Wave and flight.
Olivia.
There you go. Ready? Can you spin around? And step up. Hey Barry, this video is supposed to be about green cheek conures, Barry. Oh my goodness, Barry.
Oh, hi, Barry. Mom, you know water? I got her.
Okay. So step one in flight training might come as a surprise to you guys, but first it's figuring out what treat your bird wants so that you know what you're going to utilize for your flight training. A lot of the times when we're flight training our birds, it's because they naturally want to come to us because you are a reward in just being with you and yourself. So we want to get really specific with our flight training by using a food reward as well. Did you find my necklace? Little girl found my necklace. Okay everybody, so step one in your flight training journey is figuring out what treat you're going to use for your birds. So make sure you do the treat test. We talk about it a lot in our family-friendly parrot formula videos in our beginner course on birdtricks.com. Once you know what treat you're working for, which in this case for Olivia, it is safflower seeds. She's like, give me it. Do you want to do a nice little step off the shoulder for it? There we go. Good job. Once we know what they're going to work for, we know that we can be really strategic in how we're going to flight train. Now I will say, flight training isn't always the thing that comes first. Of course, if you're raising a really small like baby bird and it's just used to coming to you all the time and it's just naturally tame, then you might be moving on to flight training much earlier than somebody else who has a rescue or adopted bird. But normally under regular circumstances, I would say you need to form a trustworthy bond with your bird to get it to feel comfortable enough flying to you. Now, flight skills is a whole other thing. If you're dealing with a clipped bird or a bird lacking flight skills at all, this isn't really the video for you. We do dive deep and do one-on-one consultations. Olivia, Olivia. Where we can kind of work through those unique circumstances one-on-one with you. But for the premise of this video, it's gonna be kind of broad and hopefully appeal to a bunch of people. The first thing you wanna do is just start by shaping whatever flights you are currently getting. So if your bird's coming to you, but it's a little bit sloppy and maybe the bird's flying to your head or to your shoulder, you wanna shape that into a more specific behavior where they're actually landing on your hand. So for example, if you have your bird and it's currently flying to your arm, try treating it closer and closer to your hand each time until you eventually have the bird flying to your hand because it knows that that's the only place that the treat is coming to you. Same thing if your bird's flying to your shoulder or to your head. Try shaping that to somewhere more acceptable. I usually intercept a bird that's gonna land on my head, or I start in a much more controlled environment because normally a bird's flying to your head because you're not really paying attention. So I might back the bird up, go onto a T-stand and just work on step ups to hops and then graduating from there and moving further back as the bird is more and more comfortable. Now keep in mind, the distance doesn't so much matter as much as just making sure that each step is really solid. So don't get too caught up in, I want my bird to be able to fly the whole length of the room, because you may really scare your bird or it might get nervous about all the different dynamics and variables happening in that room at one time. Just really focus on a controlled setting. In my house, I have a lot of different foraging trees set up, which is where Olivia just landed on one of these trees. And so my birds get to know their kind of safe zones that they can go to should they get a little bit nervous. Now it just started snowing outside, as it does in Idaho. And so it seemed to spook Olivia a little bit. So I'm gonna see if I can get her attention to come back. Olivia, girly girl. Make sure we're in the video. Olivia, come on. So I'm asking her to do a descent, which is one of the hardest skills to learn, if not the hardest. Olivia, come on. And I'm dealing with a lack of food motivation because she's already eaten and we've already done quite a bit of training today. So my treats aren't super worthwhile. She's also confused of why I keep talking so much in between like giving the cue because I'm trying to express to you guys. Olivia, come on girl. Come on little girl. So I'm going to try to flip this on her so that you guys can see her body language. She's crouching down and getting excited, but she's not actually taking the leap. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna work through this. So this isn't working. Olivia, she's not responding. Thanks, Barry. So I'm gonna make it easier by gaining altitude because the descent is a little bit harder and see if she responds that way. So making it a little bit easier. Olivia! And reminding her of the treat so that she can see it. The other thing that might work better is if I use the whole thing of treats. Olivia! Oh, thanks, Barry. Budgies are so helpful. That's part of the reason she's resisting flying right now is because my Budgie Blueberry keeps trying to intentionally scare her. Are you gonna come to this? So since I'm still not getting a response and I'm getting really, really heavy hesitation, I'm gonna make this even easier for her because this tells me that this is beyond her comfort level or skill level. So I'm gonna go a bit closer. Olivia, there we go. And now I get a response immediately. So that tells me that when we work on flight training, we're gonna be working at that distance. If you're getting a lot of resistance like I just did from when she flew off because she got a little bit nervous about what was going on outside, ended up somewhere, that's not my recall being weak, it's her confidence level being weak. So I need to go and kind of rebuild it from there. So that was all good. Do you wanna do that again? So I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like with her on the stand. And we'll just have a little training session. Again, I'm not really set up to be crazy successful, but I'm just gonna kind of work with what she's willing to do. Olivia, good girl. One of the things that I hear a lot on my consultations are that people will say that their bird is way too clingy and just won't leave them alone. Let me turn on some light here. And a lot of that comes from just delivering the treat 100% on you. So if you find that your bird doesn't want to step off of you, Olivia, you can simply deliver the treat back on the reinforcement. And as you can see, she was starting to like run up my arm and show resistance to going down. If you condition the bird that they actually don't get the treat until they step down, that will make them anticipate going off of you and be more willing. Olivia, good girl. And you can vary it. Whoop, she got nervous again. So she is on the tree. Just gonna make sure you guys can see this. Now I don't wanna go and just grab her and be like, hey, that's not where I wanted you. I wanted you on the stand. I really wanna work through this, and it gives me an opportunity to work on something a little different. Barry is definitely messing with my session. Olivia. Good girl. Good job. So that was cool because that branch was higher than the one earlier where we had a little bit of resistance. Good job. Now there's cars going by. There's a window right behind her, so that's why we're getting a lot of these different flights. Blueberry, you are blue. I need to go get treats for you. But this video is about conures. Olivia! Oh my gosh, are you serious right now? You don't even like any of these. Okay, so the reason that I am not going to reward this is because it's not really what I wanted, and my training will get super sloppy if I just reward her for coming to me, but not within a few seconds that I called, and not landing on my hand. So although I want her to feel like she can come to me and land on me, especially if she is scared, I'm not going to reward this with a treat because she chose to do this, so obviously it was rewarding to her in some way. I know she enjoys being up on the shoulder and all of that, so I just don't need to add another plus reinforcement to the situation. So I think this is where people kind of go wrong, is they think, I want my bird to fly to me. That doesn't mean in every single capacity. Otherwise, it's a little bit on the bird's terms versus being an actual trained behavior, if that kind of makes sense. Right? You though, you're really messing with my session, and I love you so much. They don't want to put you away. But like, seriously. So what I would tell a client is to not train with the budgie out, right? But I love you so much. I don't want to put you away. So next time I would just make sure that Blueberry is put away so she's not hindering any of my progress with Olivia, and so that Olivia can be a little bit more confident in this space, because Blueberry's kind of digging at Olivia's confidence a little bit. So I'm gonna see if she wants to come. That was a nice step up, and that was a nice step down. Cool. So remember, reward what you want to see more of. I'm probably gonna have this be my last repetition, just because I feel like I already started this off not great as far as having Barry out, as far as Olivia already being fed, and then just watching a couple notches of her confidence get torn away. So I'm going to end this after this one, so I want to make sure it's perfect so I can end on a really high note. You ready? Olivia! Good girl. Good job. Good job. Good. So that time she was actually anticipating coming back to the tea stand and getting her treat there, which was super cool because I've been incorporating rewards here in this space, which has been awesome. So I hope this helps you guys in your flight training of your green cheek conure. Do you want to be there? Don't forget to vary up the sessions, keep training fun, and start where your bird is. So just work with where your bird's at. I really love using targeting as a form of flight training. So if your bird just won't step up for you, but will fly around still, or has the ability to fly around, I would do all of that training via target training. So Blueberry will probably show us what that looks like. Blue, blue. Good girl, Blue. I don't know that you like any of these treats, but you want something? No, poor Berry. She got totally ripped off on that. I need to go get her a better treat. I will get you a better treat. But as you can see, with targeting, you can do it from a very hands-off way so that the bird is flying from space to space and it's flight trained, but via the target stick, which is really, really powerful. So I can get Berry to go all around with the target stick, and eventually that would be great to be able to do with Olivia. You really want to work? Do you want to show them what it looks like real quick if I get you some millet? I know, Berry. You're such a star. Okay, where are you? Now you're on me. So if your bird flies to your shoulder, you can have them fly and land on something else that's a little bit more acceptable, a little easier. So those of you that are like, hey, my bird only flies to my head or my shoulder, you can target them down to a specific spot to receive the food reward, because you don't necessarily want to deliver it up here every single time, or you won't be able to get your bird down. Another thing you can do if your bird's on your shoulder is hold your arm up. Don't hold your arm down and try to get your bird to like go down this steep slope to get onto your hand. Hold your arm up, and each time just like lure your bird closer and closer to your hand till eventually you're really catching your bird on your hand. It'll just be better that way. So as soon as I see Barry's ready, I'm gonna see if I can target her over to the tree. Now you wanna do it? You wanna do a target? Olivia also likes millet. Apparently the session is not over. But I guess you guys get where I'm going. I don't necessarily need to wait on Barry, since this is technically supposed to be a green cheek conure video. Barry just gets into everything. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions on this, we offer online consultations where you can kind of clear up any issues that are unique to you. Are you ready? Barry. Good job, Blue. So as you can see with Blueberry, my budgie, this is translated that I can go to any room and call her and get her to come. So this is something that I could do with Olivia if she was my bird and if I had her for a longer amount of time. She definitely has the ability to learn all of that. Olivia, good girl. It's just about that conditioning, making sure that training's really fun and is something that they want to participate in. And as you can see now, Blueberry is actually helping Olivia and encouraging Olivia to respond, and Olivia is pretty excited about this millet as well. So sometimes working with more than one bird can be helpful. Sometimes though it really cannot. So you need to play that by your specific scenario and your bird's personality. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when I can get Blueberry to go room to room when I call her. So I'm gonna go into the other room. Blueberry, woo! Oh, and I got Olivia too. So in this circumstance, being able to do this with Blueberry is pretty cool. I think Olivia is just reacting off of not wanting to be ditched more so than being trained. But Blueberry knows all of her spots in the house. She knows what I'm gonna ask. And so she is more so responding off of actually being trained. And don't mind me, just haven't made my bed because I'm not adulting today apparently. I'm just playing with birds. What you? Okay, so I'm gonna call Barry as soon as she looks like she is willing. She's taking a while to eat this millet. Olivia. Hey. Oh, I didn't call you. Let's try it again, Barry. Okay, see if I can film this. Blueberry. Good girl. Good job, Barry. Sorry, I had to like finagle this treat. Go back. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys getting Barry in the other room. Blueberry. So as you can see, and then I could use the target stick and direct her exactly where I want to go. She knows when I call her into the rooms, she goes to like designated spots. But yeah, you can just really shape it that way. So that is all possible with green cheek conures too. All the training on my channel here is really for all birds. Even if I'm really species specific, there might be a few nuances specific to each species, but for the most part, all the training is applicable to all species. It's just the application that may differ. So hope you guys enjoyed this video on flight training green cheek conures. Again, if you have specific requests of your birds maybe been through some trauma, or there's a specific scenario in your world that you are going through that wasn't covered in this video, definitely get in touch via a consult and we are happy to help you out. All right. Whoops, I forgot about the whole, are they ideal for outdoor free flight? So the short answer is no, and that's mainly based on their size, the lack of how loud they are. They're really camouflaged when they go into like tree type areas. And also they're typically more of a flighty species. So the smaller that you get with parrots, and I don't want to seem like a hypocrite because we do free fly our sun conures. However, our sun conures are bigger. They're like 500 million times louder and they're much brighter in their plumage as well. And we're really specific about where we fly our sun conures. They cannot be launched off those amazing cliffs that you see our macaws fly off of. There's a certain amount of wind that just pushes our conures around that doesn't push our macaws around that they actually play in. So there's just realistic expectations that you have to have when free flying birds. So yes, we have trained birds as small as green cheeks. We trained a couple black capped conures, and some of the reasons that we decided to take them on was one, there was more than one bird. So there were 2 birds in that scenario. Also the application in which the owners wanted to use free flight. It wasn't something where they had these high and grand expectations of being able to fly these birds like we do the rest of our flock. They had very realistic expectations of, we want to do this as a precaution. We want to graduate your free flight course in case of these birds getting out. And the crazy thing about that was during the course, these birds got out, because it's not if, it's when, as my husband Dave always says. And it's even happened to us. And I'm always like, thank the Lord that we free flight train our birds. So I will say you should act like and do the training as if you were going to outdoor free flight your bird, no matter what species you have. Should you actually intentionally go outside with that bird? Maybe not. And definitely not without hiring a professional trainer, because we have been through it. We know what to look for, and it's not just about training. It's about so much more than that when it comes to going outdoors with your bird intentionally. So my short answer is no, they're not the most ideal parrot for outdoor free flight, especially solo. Can people do it successfully? Yes, probably, but you guys have to be very, very specific and realistic about your expectations. And because these birds have natural vulnerabilities, you need to make sure that you're setting up that outdoor experience with 98% certainty that it's going to go amazing, because there's so much stuff outside we can't control. So that means really picking your locations, your weather patterns, predatory areas, you know, based on what certain variables you're going to have. There's just so much that goes into free flight. So my short answer is definitely no. The wider answer is, if you wanted to do it, could we look at your case specifically and see if there's some loopholes or some application for it? Yes, of course. And are there other people that do it successfully? Probably. But it's not very common because you have so many natural variables against you. So we definitely do not recommend it. Sorry, little guys. And one last scenario that I just thought of is we do have a lot of free flyers who fly small conures with a larger flock. So that is something that is definitely helpful, but it still doesn't X out all the other variables you need to keep in mind. So there's a lot of flight groups out there where they fly the big birds first to kind of clear the skies, but keep in mind, even big birds like macaws still have predators. So even though a bird may be less likely to go for such a big bird where it could get hurt, it doesn't mean they're not likely. So yes, it is definitely something that would help because you have big birds with your small birds. But just keep in mind, the smaller you get, really the riskier it is.